man. No, think like a lady, act like a lady. Think like a man.
I think it's something that needs to be discussed. I read some of the book, and I think he was on point with a lot of his book, with the parts that I read, which was the beginning. How he talked about how from the time young men are raised, that they're raised to be a man, don't cry, don't express emotions, you know, take out the garbage, be strong, which I don't have an issue with being strong, but the pressure from the time you're a toddler, males anyway, and how it affects men. So I thought this book was the part that I did read was very good.
So what do you think about the whole concept of just regular relationship, you know, because we all been through it for different reasons. We had different relationships at different times. And I feel the concept is what's missing, this whole idea of love, because people use the word. But I really feel most people don't really know what the word means. We just use it out of patterns, habit, you know. Oh, I love you, I love that, I love, you know. And I looked at my parents, and I think that's where most people get their concept from, their parents' relationship, their mother and father. And my image of a relationship was not good. It was not good. And the whole idea of two people coming together to love, to nurture, to support each other was totally not there. It was a lot of fighting, disrespecting each other, infidelity. So, and this when I was a little girl.
Right.
So, and because of the damage, it made me think of relationship out of deficiency. So I feel out of, you know, understanding the law of attraction, I attracted a lot of dysfunctional relationship that wasn't good.
Right.
To learn what I need to learn, and I didn't get it till late in life. So my whole thing, well, what is your view on relationships?
My view on relationships, I think, you know, most of the time when people talk about relationships, to me, they're usually talking about a man and a woman. But I feel as though, you know, relationships happen all the time. And what I mean by that, to me personally, is you have a relationship with the guy at the corner store. You have a relationship with your neighbor. So I think life is all about relationships, really. I mean, a relationship with yourself. So I think that, you know, there's always some type of relationship. A relationship with your children, relationship, like you said, with your parents. And I think in order to have a strong and good relationship with people, is I think you have to really bond with those people and bond with yourself. And what I see it as is, for instance, you see situations where people never knew their mother, never knew their father, but yet that is still their birth mother and their birth father. But they don't have a relationship with them because they never bonded, they never knew that person. So, and you could have a better relationship with someone other than your family members.
Thank you.
So, I think that, you know, the relationship thing is that people have to really get into themselves, know themselves, and then after that, they'll be able to have better relationships, no matter who it is, whether it be personal or otherwise.
Well, I know you didn't see Oprah when Steve Harvey was there, and they interviewed quite a few ladies of all, you know, nationality and different ages. And I felt the problem was with the ladies that they interviewed, their problem wasn't a relationship with a man. I think the problem was the relationship with themselves.
Right.
And I felt, from what I heard, they wanted a man out of their own deficiency, although they didn't feel they had one because they were successful. You know, they making a certain amount of money, they can buy the Gucci bags, and they bought that out. So it was, and you know, and they want a man who has those things to give to them.
Right.
Otherwise, they don't think it's a match.
Right.
And I don't think real relationship has anything to do with material things that the other person has, because I always think back with Astro and Simpson. People don't know the story. I read it in Essence years ago. When she met him, he was homeless. And look where they are now.
Right.
You know, if she would have thought, well, he don't have anything, he don't have a car, he don't have a job. He was homeless, sleeping in the park. And they got married, and you know, the music career went skyrocket. He had talent, he has potential. And I think a lot of women prejudge men, but it's out of their deficiency, and a lot of times they don't love themselves.
Right. That's a good point. I was going to say also, again, as I mentioned before, having a relationship with yourself, knowing yourself. But then also in regards to women, you hear a lot of women say, I need a man to make me whole.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, if you're not whole to begin with, it's going to be a tough road to try to get a man to make you whole. Because in a lot of cases, they might need to be whole themselves.
Yes.
So again, with any relationship, I see it as, if you want to have good relationships, then you have to have a good relationship with yourself. Then all the other good relationships will come. Because to me,
Law of attraction.
Right, exactly. You'll attract that.
But this is what I'm saying. The problem I feel is most people don't understand that concept of working on self, knowing thyself. They focus, you know, material things, the person, the label, the title, and when they get together, they wonder why it doesn't work. Because I feel, if you're not happy from within, I don't think nobody can really make you happy. I mean, infatuation wears off.
Right.
And, you know, and things happen.
Right.
You know, things happen with the person you with. Something can happen. And I was telling you about the lady on Oprah who went to have the baby and wind up no legs and no arm.
Right.
And her husband, Oprah asked, how do you feel? And he said, I still love her. He said, she's still who she is.
Right.
And you can tell he was serious about, you could see the love. So her not having no legs and no arm did not make him love her less. So, but this is what I'm saying, the concept that people got about love. That's why I wanted you to read the definition in a metaphysic book that interpret love. So if you want to read that to the audience.
Sure. Love is a divine attribute. It is an idea in the one mind. God is love and love is God, or quality in being. The difference between divine love and human love is that divine love is broad and unlimited, a universal and harmonizing power. Human love is based on personality and is selfish, lawless, and fickle. In reality, there is only one love. When man expresses divine love in limited ways, he makes a separation in consciousness, and his expression of love is personal instead of universal. Divine love will establish one in fearlessness and courage. For God gave us not a spirit of fearfulness, but of power and love and discipline. And that's the definition of love stated here.
So what do you think about that?
I think it's absolutely on point. It's, the difference between divine love and human love is divine love is broad and limited. So what it's saying is that divine love is unlimited. I mean, there's no limit, and unlimited means infinitum. Whereas, again, where you, as we mentioned before, someone saying that this person's going to make me whole, you're limiting yourself.
Yes.
That's very limiting because that person might not ever be able to make you whole.